The City of London is outside the United Kingdom. Do you know that? It's really shocking. And therefore, it's also not part of the EU. Although it couldn't be part of the EU because you have to have democratic elections, and the City of London doesn't, right? It's the...
Yes, you heard him right. The City of London doesn't have democratic elections. You have to have democratic elections to be part of the EU, and the City of London doesn't have democratic elections. This is really informative. You heard him. The same people who are coming to Africa to bomb democracy on us, these same people, they are not practicing the so-called democracy that they are forcing on us. And you know what? The only leaders that they are forcing this democracy on, or the only countries that they are forcing it on, are leaders who are standing up for their own people, like those in the Sahel. Leaders who are standing for the interests of Africa are those that these colonial criminals are forcing this democracy on, because they know democracy is nothing but hypocrisy, because they themselves doesn't practice it. I want us to go and watch the full video. It's very, very informative. Take time out of your busy schedules and watch it. Let us watch it and learn from that and realize that these people, everything that they have ever given to us is just to control us and nothing else. Their religion, their education, their politics, everything is nothing but to control us. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, if you haven't joined our mission, the #1 African mission, please try to join the mission. Let us all fight together for a united, better Africa. That is our mission, One Africa mission. Our mission is all about the unification of our continent and the dignity of our race. How can we gain back our dignity if we are not united? Because our dignity can only come from our unity. That is why we are here. So please support our mission. You can always support us by sharing what we are doing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done it yet. Follow us on Facebook if you haven't done that. Follow us on TikTok. We are on all the social media platforms. Do that. Let us all together fight for a united, better Africa. Not just for us, but for the next generation of Africans. Let's go and watch the full video. Come back and analyze it. It's so informative and educative. Let's watch it.
Has the UK got a finance curse?
Is it a trick question? Because the UK doesn't have finance. The City of London has, and it's not part of the UK.
Good answer. Good answer. It's international, he's right.
The City of London is outside the United Kingdom. Do you know that? It's really shocking. And therefore, it's also not part of the EU. Although it couldn't be part of the EU because you have to have democratic elections, and the City of London doesn't, right? It's the banks that have the votes, right?
Right.
Per staff, you know.
I never knew
How
that.
do you start unpicking this puzzle?
I never knew that. That's a very useful piece of
And
information.
of course, and it's not part of the UK because the Queen is not allowed to enter without permission. She's not the sovereign, therefore it's not part of the UK. You know, and of course that's since 1688.
I have to make a note.
Since the foreign invasion.
Yeah, so as you can, honestly, is this really what these people are doing to us? But yes, we've been saying it here that these people who are forcing this democracy on us, they themselves, they don't practice this democracy. And that is exactly what this man is saying. Since the 16th century, since 1688, that London is not part of the rest of UK. And but it is working for them. We are not saying, for me, I am not against that. And I am not saying like it's something problematic. It is not, because it is working perfectly for them. But why do they have to come to Africa and impose something on us that they know that we have different cultures, different realities, and it can never work for us? Because they do that just to control us. If you go to France, the way they organize their elections, their system of governance is different from that of Italy. If you go to Italy, the way their system of governance, the way they organize their elections is different from Germany. You go to Germany, it's different from Britain. Every country have their way of governance. But when it comes to Africa, these colonial criminals, they want to impose their way of life, their systems on us, when they know that the only thing that they are doing that is to continue to control us. And then when you ask Africans to wake up, let us wake up and realize that these people got nothing good for us. You see your own brothers coming to attack you, telling you about democracy is better than dictatorship, military rule, blah blah. Who define what dictatorship or democracy is? Must we always allow other people to define our reality for us? All these so-called democrats would bombing in on us. Has democracy stopped our young people from migrating to Europe to become slaves? Has democracy stopped our people from perishing in the Mediterranean Sea, in the Sahara Desert? No, democracy has not stopped that. So if democracy has not able to work for us, then it tells us that it is not for us. And if it is working for us, then it is good, we adopt it. That is how the world should run. It shouldn't be forced that you must live this kind of way of life, because the Chinese have their own system of governance, their own way of living, and it is working for them. The Arabians, why are they not going to the Arabian countries to force democracy on them? Why are they not forcing democracy on Saudi Arabia, on Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, Dubai? Why are they not? Why are they not forcing democracy? Russia, they have democracy, but they have their own system of governance, the way they govern themselves, and it's working for them. But when it comes to Africa, all French countries must live the way of life of the French, their former colonial criminals. English-speaking countries must also live the way of Britain. Whilst, as a matter of fact, just as this man is saying, London is not even part of Britain since 1688.
Of course, that's since 1688.
I have to make a note.
Since the foreign invasion.
Since 1688. So what are they doing to us Africans? When are we going to wake up? When are we going to wake up and find a way of governing ourselves? Before these people ever come to Africa, we also have our way of governance. We have our system of governance, and it was working for us. We could have learned and correct mistakes. No system is perfect. But for us to abandon everything about us to go and adopt something that is not good for us, then we have a long way to go. As I said, we are not against democracy. If only it can stop, it can improve our way of life. If democracy can stop poverty in Africa, we must embrace it. If democracy can improve our way of life, if democracy can give us dignity so that our children, our young men and women will not be perishing in the Mediterranean Sea, then it's good. But as long as this current system of democracy that we are practicing is concerned, it does not help us as African people. It only helps few people. And these are people who are in cahoot with the Europeans, the colonial criminals. Those who are in bed with the colonial criminals are the only people this democracy is helping. The rest of us, you can perish, and they will continue to force it on you. As long as you have democracy, it doesn't matter. You can be sleeping outside. You can be homeless. Just take democracy. You can be anything. Just have democracy. You may have food. You may not have food to eat. Practice democracy. You may not have security in your country. Practice like Nigeria, like Somalia, like the Sahel. Just practice democracy. That is all that we want, because in the name of this democracy, we can continue to rule over you. We can continue to control you. We can continue to take your resources for free. Africa, when are we going to say enough is enough? We must be sick and tired of this manipulation by these colonial criminals. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, if you enjoyed the video, please don't just watch, share it. Support our mission by sharing. And as I said the last time, we are really grateful to Mr. Ronald Whitfield for your support of One Africa Mission. One Africa Mission is really grateful. For those of you who haven't really done that, please share it. Don't just watch, pass your comments, like it. Let us all together fight for a united, better Africa. Together, me and you will bring a better Africa for the next generation of Africans. Thank you very much.